Yeah, this is Volothamp Modulus Tautology. I know I ain't announced that I was going live. I just jump on and do it, you know. So right now I'm live on YouTube at Volo Television. I'm live on Facebook at Volothamp Modulus Tautology, which is my main page, I guess. And I'm also live on Twitch at Volothamp_M_tautology. So yeah, I mean, I ain't had nothing else to do, and I figured I might as well just go live with it. Like I've been preferring to do like pre-recordings using this OBS software. But then I was like, I started to pre-record this to talk about Tomodachi life. I'm supposed to be running that in the screen, in the corner of the screen. Let me see if I can get that started. You know. So yeah, hit that like button, subscribe, share. See, now I want to see how this is going to come out because it looks off on my picture. So we'll see how it comes out on your picture. You know. So yeah, I'm gonna run the direct in the upper left-hand corner while I drop my thoughts about it. You know, they did Nintendo did a live stream for this game, and I'm impressed. And I'm also playing Animal Crossing while I share that video in the upper right-hand corner. So I'm doing like mic checks and figuring out how to do these softwares and I'm reconnecting my equipment and trying to get to know these things. I went and got a bunch of hardware to be able to do some live streams and try to make them more professional with my son. As you can see, yeah, I'm playing the game. I just did that emoji, you know what I mean, with my me. Let me see. Let me do the scary voice, you know. So just to show that it's live, like I can control and kind of Muppeteer my me on Animal Crossing. And then Tomodachi is a game where you're going to be able to create new me's, and it's kind of like Sim City. Or not Sim City. What is it called? The Sims. I never really got into the Sims. They used to, mean to me that was a girl game, you know. But I fell in love with Animal Crossing, which is a simulation game. Same thing, sim in life or whatever. But Animal Crossing is more for kids. This Tomodachi, it's Nintendo. It's kids, but it's not really a game for kids. It's for college kids and up. You know, it's just an adult game actually. That's why I thought it was funny that they're including what is it called? Non-binary. Yeah, that's the technical term for the LGBTQIA plus dot, you know. So, and the issues with that organization is when dealing with kids, and now you talk about non-binary kids, and it's like, why are we teaching that to the children at such an early age? No, teach them the truth. You're either a boy or a girl and keep it rolling, you know, like all that. You know what I mean? You want to have multiple husbands and multiple wives because of the bisexuality and everything. It's not, that's whack. That's a sin. So teach the children the truth and what is to be righteous. And then, that'll keep them on the righteous path. When you're dealing with all that binary LGBT, that's why most of these commentators of the LGB, right, are putting foots in their mouths now, and it's funny to me, but we starting to see through their hypocrisy. So that's why the what's his name, the main one is Don Lemon, running up in the church and flipping tables like he Jesus, right? But then trying to play it off like, no. I wasn't. I was just there to to report it like a reporter. I wasn't really with that group. Like, dude, you was doing the investigation on their whole movement. Like you was at their secret meeting when they was planning on doing this, and you're supposed to be like, nah, we're not supposed to do that. Right? If you know what I mean? Like that's where you're getting caught in the lie in your journalism, right? Nah, you actually participated like that. That's why you're an agent. You know what I mean? You're a snitch. You know what I mean? That's why the black community don't really mess with you like that. I'm just keeping it 100. And shout out to Tim Black. I've been watching. That's what I've been doing these past days and everything. I just been going on the Black Media's podcast and stuff. Hang out in the crowd, say some things in the chat, and just keep it moving. You know what I mean? But I'm stepping away from the religion, politics, scientific ideology thoughts. There's no need for me to argue or even to debate y'all on those such things. Now, what I'm practicing is called the law of reasoning. I'm trying to reason with y'all. So it's supposed to be about finding harmony and happiness in life. It's not about wanting to fight everybody. So that's what I kind of was talking about. My last couple programs was talking about the Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, and how those two boxers gave us the three greatest fights of all time. Joe Frazier won the first fight, and then Ali won the second two fights, but all the fights were war. So yeah, the Ali fans will say Joe got lucky that first fight. Ali wasn't ready, et cetera, et cetera. Purists would admit that Ali had the longer reach and better footwork, and so certain boxers be certain boxers. That's why we never saw Mike Tyson versus Riddick Bowe, for example. Because Riddick was supposed to out jab Mike and do the same things that Buster Douglas, Evander Holyfield, and Lennox Lewis did to him. Razor Ruddock, I think. Yeah, Razor Ruddock. Kinda, but his jab wasn't like that. But we can analyze the boxing all that we want and have real good conversation, but you have to be a boxing fan in order to really have a great conversation about boxing. We find ourselves trying to get in conversations with people that don't know a drop about boxing. I like boxing, but I've always liked football, number one. So that's why I was kind of really into Madden in college and stuff like that. And then we played a lot of intramural flag football. I kind of, got the fellows together because my dad, he taught me how to manage his softball team. Like watching him and my uncles and my dad manage the softball team. I took that to college and I found myself managing, I even, got with some white people and played a little softball, co-ed softball with the people and stuff like that. And we played basketball, intramural basketball, and football. But I didn't go to college to play professionally, like a lot of the black people, went to college to get some kind of my scholarship was more educational, I guess, because I probably could have, if I really asserted myself, went to like a Temple University or but Kutztown, Millersville, and Bloomsburg accepted me. So I had to choose between those three state schools. I just go to the state college, and then I found myself just like the classic movie Higher Learning, and my character class was Ice Cube, the same character that Ice Cube kind of played in college. So it's funny, like my last couple of years, that's when that movie dropped, and some of the kids was, now I'm saying the kids, but the younger students used to be like, yo, you remind me of this character, the Ice Cube character in Higher Learning. I mean? That's when I was like, it's time for me to get up out of here. I mean? And that's when I finally graduated with some real cool cats. Shout out to Mark Dudley, G-Mac. Who else did I graduate with? Did I graduate with Claude? I'm not 100% sure. Claude might have been a part of that class, 1996. Shout out to Kutztown University alumni, So, but yeah, that last year I was just living off campus, kind of subleasing to other students and playing the part of Fudge. What's his name? Fudge, I think, in that movie. I don't remember, but I had it in front of me right now. But yeah, I just came on to just shop, to rap a little bit, and I'm having a little deja vu because Tamagotchi Life. I'm really impressed by that game. It's coming out right after my birthday, so that might be my little birthday gift for myself. And it's something. It looks like it's something that I can really get into, and make sure my camera don't jump off. And it looks like it's still playing the video in the upper left-hand corner. So, it looks like I put 11 minutes in. I can keep on rapping for a whole hour, but John, I'm really talking about binary digits and things that I need. I'm taking the logic back to logic, and here therein is the irony of calling a non-binary when you go male, female, and then non-binary. Non-binary would actually be more like saying that it's not digital, which is analog, more like a wave, more like something that you find in nature. 0 and 1 is off and on. It's false or true. It's what else do we say it is? No or yes. Is when you change the order is when the confusion comes. So, or make it something like, female, male, I'm saying that the females are 0 and the males are 1, because of their private parts is, that's, it's funny, right? And now they want to switch sides all the time. And it's like, nah, it doesn't work like that. In order to really analyze the male-female relationship binarily, using binary digits, you need at least two digits, or 2 bits, we like to say, right? And then you match them up and you get 4 different outcomes. And, we can even order them, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, you know what I mean? And label them 0, 1, 2, 3, which is the basic principles of, logic. It's so the next step will be to be 3 bits, and then I'm gonna really lose y'all then, because now you're talking about more than 4 permutations or combinations. You're talking about 8 now. Is it 8 or 16? 8. 2 to the third. It'll be times 2, so it'll be 8 different permutations. 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. I mean 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, and we'll add them up and calculate that as a more educational. Like I am planning on doing like keynotes on it, and then relating to how to map them 1-to-1, or using these concepts and ideas called functions and relations and mappings and how we build these abstract ideas using colloquial methodology to become axioms, definitions, theorems, but one step at a time. Like I'm just trying to enjoy life playing a video game, So, and that's the beauty of Animal Crossing, is it's for the kids. Like I play that a lot, so. And the Tomodachi looks interesting. It does look like Nintendo purposely, hey, we'll upgrade the the Animal Crossing. That way you can still have a game with the kids. But this is something for the college kids and adults, because now you're talking about the drama of, the one scene where the clown, of course they had to make the male a clown, and then he was confronted with 3 women, and it's like, pick me, pick me, pick me. I said, oh, now you got an island full of pick me's, right? So I know I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that one. I know I'm gonna have a lot of fun and making creative content out of that, and that's why shout out to RGT. He noticed that. And RGT85 was like, well, why are they saying that Nintendo is doing like a disclaimer? It's like, because, it is giving you the creative power to make some real, adult type themes and stuff. And we got to protect the children. We got to protect the children when dealing with sexuality, and that's where I get a little upset where we're mapping gender and sexuality like they're the exact same thing, and we're not saying that they're not. So you gotta have to add a not to. They're not mutually exclusive. Mutual exclusivity is one of those things that's and therein is also the confusion between religion and politics. When the Messiah was confronted by the Pharisees, those were the politicians. Those were the ones that was, working with the king, just quote unquote. It wasn't until America that we really became into this idea of separating the kingdom from the president from the religious worship. And that's why we always say every president is the Antichrist, and that's where the hypocrisy begins. Like, even though that the president does have to make decisions that may cost some lives, the president can't be the Messiah, right? Like, so and I think that's why Trump didn't put his hand on the Bible this time. His first term, he put his hand on the Bible. Now he was bounded by making sure that he obeyed the ethics, principles, theory, not theories, ethics, morality, his theology. Like he has to. Hey, I can't bomb this country here, right? I can't go kidnap this leader over here. So now that's why he's in there. He's like, all right, I ain't put my hand on the Bible. Hey, we got to do this. We got to free the Venezuelans, and people aren't agreeing with it. But I was working with a lot of Venezuelans that was like, I actually want to go back home, but I can't go back home because it's not good right now back home. And as I try to explain that to people, it's like, they're not even understanding that concept or even listening to me, because in their heart it's I can't never forgive you for voting for Trump. Like, and they don't know nothing about politics, just like they don't know nothing about boxing, just like they don't know nothing about football. But then it's they studied the Bible, and it's like, well, I studied the Bible too, but now they think they have a higher infinite power healing their people. Like their association with the hip hop life that God gives is greater than mine, and it's like, I'm not going to argue with you, right? I'm not here to even debate you. I'm here to help you understand the laws of reasoning. Love God first, then we can talk about blackity black first, and therein is where I'm gonna have a lot of fun with my Tomodachi Island, because yes, 90% of my me's are going to be black. I'm gonna have a few token whites and a couple aliens and pets or whatever, or bears or whatever I want to imagine. I might even have Yoda on there, but don't get caught up in that. I have white fatigue and black. What is it? Black fatigue and white fragility. Don't think I got white fatigue and black fragility, even though I say I do. But I do enjoy a good, Final Fantasy video game. And as you look at the history of Final Fantasy, it's all white. It wasn't until Final Fantasy VII that they had a token black person in a video game, and it's like, okay, here we go with the nonsense. And I see the same thing over there with Dragon Quest, but it is my favorite genre. It is playing. Even in fact, that's what Volothamp is. Volothamp is the dungeon master. Okay? And I'm just keeping it 100. So that's basically my character on Facebook. I am the dungeon master, right? So, and just sharing a little bit of that knowledge with y'all, So it's still playing. I wonder if it replayed it, or is it playing somebody else's? It's probably playing somebody else's video, so I might get copyright claimed, even though it's in the upper right hand corner. No, I don't think the volume is playing on there because it is different than what's on OBS. Because OBS, I can go in and do multiple tracks and stuff. I don't think I think this has only got one channel for audio, but I still got to play with this one. I got a lot of software to play with. I'm still trying to put some hardware together. I'm still cooking. I'm still I've been doing the oven thing. I got an air fryer oven, so I've been doing nothing but air fryer dishes. I might make a quick something before I go to bed. Like I should be eating this late at night, but it's like air fryer, boop, and then it's done, and and I'm enjoying a little quesadilla or whatever, So the irony, right? The irony of society. So hit the like button, subscribe, share. That's how we get paid right now. The Cash App is out there if you get a chance. That's what's up. All proceeds go to help building this channel. And I do have a couple videos in the works. One of them is my son reading, but he wanted to share that on his page, so I'm still waiting for him to do the thumbnail on that, and then we'll see what we can do as far as getting that content out there. Like I said, I do have a couple educational ones for my page, quote unquote. This one I want it to be like, I want all my YouTube videos and content to be educational. That's why I've been kind of sitting back, and the old heads, y'all are disappointing me, because it is every year like clockwork. It's Dr. King's birthday, so all we're supposed to do is give thanks to God for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. It's not hard, but every year I got the some we'll say right leaning, but they won't admit that they're right leaning. Like they won't even admit that they voted for Trump. Like that's how brave I am. I was like, forget it, I'll do it. I ain't got a problem with it. I voted for Obama out of spite. I vote for Trump out of spite. I ain't got a problem with it. So yeah, a lot of people are still blocking me, and I can never forgive you for doing this. And it was like, that was the plan. The plan was, no, get Biden out of here, because what he did by opening them borders caused major problems in the black community, right? So I'm meeting with the fellows, and the fellows is like, yo, Mr. C, yo, this ain't working. Like, and then we seeing all the Africans and Venezuelans and like, cause I was working job to job with the fellows, and I'm trying to get them to understand, like, yo, we got to make it through this, and you know what I mean. Once we do this, then we can go, all right, well, what about that platinum plan? We need you to cut that check, Trump. All right. But we're saying that we voted for you. But here's the Democrats saying, no, 84% of black men, shut your mouth, right? Because a lot of them just, should go vote for them. Is like, hey, man, do what you want. That's what I'm going to do. But, the consequences of that is that the 92% of black women are going to hate you for that. And we're still going through this hate of 92%, and they still don't understand it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all hating your own men that was, brave enough to be like, yo, this ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? Hey, we get it. You like Kamala, but she's an agent. She's not a black woman. She's a Middle Eastern Indian woman, right? She's not one of us. She's not like us. So all she's going to do is keep these borders open, and it's going to and the way she was laughing at white Christian nationalists, it was hilarious. Like, she thinks she's going to win with dissing Jesus, you know what I mean, or the Spanish Jesus. You got to be bugging, right? That's the reason why they ain't vote for it, like that, and that's why people like, well, I don't understand. Like, I get why you confused. Like, why would the Latinos vote for? Because she diss Jesus. Right? You can't diss Jesus. What is wrong with you, woman? So, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. And same is true with Muhammad. So you can't diss Muhammad. You know what I mean? Especially Muhammad Ali. He's the GOAT. You know what I mean? So there it is. So we still waiting. We still trying to get this big fight to come off, and you know what I mean? And so I'm seeing it with, I don't even remember these people's name. Anton Daniels and whatever the other guy's name is. It's all fake beef. And like, so my suggestion between them two, what was the other dude's name? I forget his name. Don't matter to me. I'm straight. Rakim, KRS-One, Chuck D, LL Cool J. Like, those are the, you know what I mean? That's my Mount Rushmore, right? And I respect and love all four of them, right? At the same time, I am, Chuck, get out of politics, yo. But he can't get out of politics because he's the president of the Hip Hop Alliance, which is a union. Whereas the other side, the foundational Black Americans, we're a community. We are the hip hop community. And shout out to Dennis Sperling for educating us on the law side of things. Shout out to what's my man name? Water God TV. WATRGOD TV. I'm gonna come check you out some more. I've been, checking things out on his program, and he's doing a real good job. He's been on the political tip, but I'm sure he plays a video game or two. So once I hook up, this system, the way I got it to flow, it's got to be a game that we can, Call of Duty or whatever that I can get on and we can have some fun. Play some games together. Something other than all this. We want to be proud foundational Black Americans, but they you say that you proud, and next thing you know, they talking about that false pride, and that's the Don Lemon, that's the what's his name, Mark Lamont Hill, like these fake dudes that it's like I'm being a bully to them, but they the ones that go I know men that you can get pregnant and have children. Like, no, you don't. That to have the government even sitting around trying to argue and debate that is embarrassing, right? That's why it's like, man, the Democrats got to go. You're an embarrassment to the American legacy. So that's just me keeping it 100. Follow that modulus tautology. I can go on and on and on and on for days and days with rhyme displays that engrave deep as X-rays. I could take a phrase that's rarely heard, flip it. Now it's a daily word. I didn't even do a mix on this joint. Let me see if we can do a mix. Here we go. We add a little bit of this. There it is. Little killer priest. Ooh. There it is. So make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe, and share. I don't know what's playing on in the background. Looks like I got one viewer on there. Shout out to you. Thank you very much. Hit that like button for me. And you know what I mean? I don't know which channel it's on. I still gotta kick all that up. And y'all have to forgive Volo. His site is still not where it needs to be. You know, only got 1 hour working right now, and got more doctor's appointments and see if they can save the other hour. And you know what I mean? Got other bills to pay and all types of craziness going on. So, but all I can do is just keep praying. So pray for me. I'm praying for you. And loving God, respecting the Lord, and seeking that wisdom, because that's that real hip hop right there, right? So, you know, share this with everybody. I might go live again tomorrow. We'll see what we can do, because I have fun doing this, and it's kind of easier for me to do. I just, you know what I mean? It took me a while to get started because I started learning to start. But once I started learning something, it's like I need to go live, and I forget to go live. So sharing a little YouTube in the upper left-hand corner. I'll try to tag whoever videos get played. And thanks for, you know, sharing within the same system. And, you know what I mean? I want my YouTube page to grow. So make sure you come over to YouTube at Volo Television and subscribe. I need subscribers. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. I've been subscribing right back to whoever jumps on. And we'll keep doing it this way until I get over 100 subs. And then YouTube, Facebook, I guess I'm trying to get to 1,000, but I ain't in no rush. All right, I got enough followers and friends that most of my followers are friends that I met throughout life, and you know, but I found myself having more conversations with people that I met on Facebook. You know, that's why it's funny. But now I'm back at my y'all can just argue it out, leave me alone, and just make sure y'all hit the like button. trying to have something go viral, right? All right, that's it. That's all I'm gonna do for y'all right now. But, you know, thanks a lot. One God, our Father, all the time. Hip hop, life, love, one. That's God is love. Hip hop is life. Time is precious. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all, appreciate that mother love, right? One love, one love, one love. Be happy just to have just one love. I ain't kick no verses this one. I usually kick a verse, right? Yo, all right, here we go. We can count the dough or kick the flow, chill out watching videos, acting really silly, yo, but really though, all that can end. Shout out to the teacher, right? Whether at the bars with superstars, cruising in the trooper car, I really don't care who you are. All I really need is a friend. Yo, that's one of my favorite tracks, right? If you can't have trust, then you can't hang with us. We respond to those that show respect with respect. Money? That's nothing more than that fourth dimensional illusion that really doesn't exist, because it is hip hop. I want to call it economics. Yuck. Hip hop is the art of making the most out of life, harmony, happiness, and peace. I wish for you all. I hit this button right here, and then I hit this button, and I holler back. One, God is understood.